We've got messages. That's telling you about the multiplayer. We're now in 7. Get the hell out. I've got a new sniper rifle. Multiplayer. Glyph's giving me an upgrade, and there's the DLCs activated. So what we are going to do, there's no side on this deck now, so we're just going to go talk to Joker and Edie. She hasn't got her sexy robot body yet.
Hey, Commander. You know, I had my doubts about the Council. But after years of ignoring your warnings, they're finally willing to step up and tell you they just can't help.
They're doing everything they can.
Did they at least validate our parking? Well, let me know if you want me to get them on the channel and then hang up on them. You know, for old time's sake.
I never did that.
Commander?
Right, so let's explore the Normandy. Explore the Normandy. Explore the Normandy. Explore the Normandy. Let's go down to Shuttle Bay, which is a new bay. Previously you could only see it through the side when you went down to engineering. But here we go. And there's a lot of stuff hidden around here. Do I have a robot dog? I don't think I have a robot dog in this one. That's disappointing. I had a robot dog on the PS3. Don't worry about that. Here's Steve!
Lieutenant Steve Cortez, shuttle pilot. Got news about our supply chains, Commander.
Tell me
Nice
about
to
your
meet you,
dead
Lieutenant.
husband.
What's going on?
Sorry to just jump in, Commander. There's so much to be done, I get caught up in the tasks at hand.
He looks different.
He's always like that. You need to chill out, Esteban.
So you do care, Mr. Vega? Or is that the Cerveza talking again?
So what's happening with our supply chains, Lieutenant?
Alliance procurement chains are in chaos, but the Citadel's economy is still running. I can network to Citadel retailers. You can view inventory and make purchases right from this console.
When I network to a new store, I'll let you know.
It does cost more to coordinate delivery to the Normandy, so it's cheaper to buy supplies when you're there.
So, you're my shuttle pilot, but you're setting up procurement chains?
I wasn't assigned as Normandy's pilot. Not much need for one on a dry dock ship. I was overseeing the retrofit of the cargo hold. I'm quite familiar with the operation and maintenance of the UT-47 Kodiak and the M44 Hammerhead. From my experience, it made sense for me to take over as shuttle pilot when we left Earth. Especially given Mr. Vega's love of mid-air collisions.
To save the day, pendejo.
I'm also responsible for logistics, making sure the armory and shuttle are properly stocked and maintained.
How long have you been with the Alliance?
About 10 years. I enlisted in First Fleet serving on the SSV Hawking, flying F-61 Tridents mostly. I love the Trident, it practically dances in low atmo. I spent as much time tinkering on my bird as flying her. Got a bit of a reputation.
So you can fly fighters and fix them.
Yeah, and I got a knack for procurement too. They were grooming me for CAG, but my skill set made me more valuable commanding a flight deck. They assigned me to the Normandy retrofit team about 5 months ago to oversee all cargo bay modifications.
What happened to the M44 Hammerhead?
It was sent to the tech labs for a retrofit. To afford mobility with such a small ESO core, its design sacrificed armor plating. The lab engineers are trying to improve that. After the Reaper invasion, those labs are probably just a pile of rubble.
The Kodiak seems a bit different.
Good eyes, Commander. This is the UT-47A Kodiak. It's got an upgraded ESO core and prototype stealth technology based on the Normandy design. For quick drops, I can get you in and out virtually undetected. She flies like a brick, so that's why you need a good pilot.
Do you maintain this armory?
I share that duty with our illustrious Mr. Vega. Though I believe the only weapon he really cares to maintain is himself.
You know you love the show, Esteban.
Ugh.
First retrofit we did was to move the armory down from Deck 2. I'm not sure what Cerberus engineers were thinking. Now you get off the elevator, pick your gear, and head right into the shuttle.
Just like the original Normandy.
Welcome back to the Alliance, Commander.
You were stationed on Earth.
Tell me about your dead husband!
I'm an only child. Lost my parents years ago. I had a husband back when I was stationed at Ferris Fields. The collectors took out the whole colony. I'd rather not talk about it.
Keep up the hard work, but don't kill yourself.
Yes, Commander.
Here's the upgrade station where every gun can be upgraded for a price. I'm not going to worry about that yet. Don't really have the money for it. I don't have a robot dog in this version, that's kind of disappointing. So here's the shuttle bay. Basically you come down here to talk to Steve and the Hispanic one. Forget his name. Vega.
Hey, Shepard. How'd it go with the council?
Same as usual. Non-committal, unhelpful.
Bet they still wanted you to help them out, no?
Yep. We're going to rescue a Turian Primarch from Palaven.
Sounds like fun. Never been to the Turian homeworld. You come down here for something? Or are you just looking?
It's my ship. I go where I want and talk to whoever I want.
Fair enough. Not sure what there is to talk about. You already know my service record.
I don't, actually. I didn't have access to personnel records when we met.
Right. Forgot about that.
Tell me all about your rubbish anime.
Think you can dance and talk at the same time?
The things he's about to tell us are things that happened in a spin-off anime which wasn't actually released when this game came out and came out later and was also terrible.
Oh, I can dance.
Okay, Lola. Let's do this.
Don't let my good looks fool you, Vega. I got my share of scars.
You remind me of my old CO.
Oh, yeah? And who was that?
Captain Tony. He was a hard-ass son of a bitch, but a good leader.
Was?
Died. With most of my squad. Protecting a civilian colony from a collector attack.
And the colony?
It was either them, or the intel we had on the collectors. Intel we could have used to destroy them. I chose the intel.
Sorry. That's a tough call.
The best part was, we didn't really need the intel in the end. Because you were out saving the galaxy by taking down the entire collector homeworld.
You didn't know. You can't blame yourself, Vega.
Who says I'm blaming myself?
Just a guess.
You a shrink too?
No, but that stunt back on Mars was reckless. You're lucky to be alive.
So?
So, maybe you don't care if you live or die.
Or maybe... I'm just willing to do whatever the fuck it takes to end this goddamn war.
Maybe you are. But if you're half as good as I think you are, we need you alive.
Thanks for the pep talk.
Anytime.
Hey. Thanks for the dance, Lola.
Lola, huh?
You kinda look like a Lola.
You're cute. So I'll let you get away with it. For now.
That's it. Now you made me blush.
Can't remember what he calls male, Shep. And now I've got his bonus power because I've bonded with him.
Hey again. What's up?
You mentioned a mission you had against the Collectors. What happened?
Pretty much what I said. Things went foobar, and I was one of the few to make it out. You want the rest of the story, you're gonna have to get me really drunk, or...
Or what?
That's about it. Sorry, Commander. Just not interested in talking about that. Next topic?
You had a hard time leaving Earth. You still want to head back?
Hell yeah. But I get it now. It's not where I'd be most useful. Not yet, anyway.
We'll get back there.
I know. And I'll do whatever it takes to get us there, Commander.
Maybe no more shuttle crashes.
No promises now that I've gotten the taste for it. Besides, I like to keep Esteban on his toes.
You got family back on Earth?
Yeah, an uncle. Retired military. Got a few cousins I haven't heard from in a while.
You and your uncle close?
Yep. He was the reason I joined the Marines, and was about the only good thing in my life after my mom died.
No dad?
He's there. Somewhere. But I'm not sure I'd call him family. Not anymore. I would like to find out how my uncle's doing, though.
What's with you and the nicknames?
It's just my way of remembering people. Some people just don't match their names, you know? So, I just give them a new one.
So I'm a Lola, huh?
Yeah, my best friend's sister growing up was Lola. Older sister. Hot. Tough.
Right. I take it you and Lieutenant Cortez know each other?
Yeah, Esteban did a stint on Fel Prime where me and my squad were stationed. I caught up with him on Earth a few months back. He's a good guy. Just don't tell him I said so. It'd go to his head.
I'll talk to you later.
You bet.
Unfortunately, it's too late to be adding new characters. It's not a joke, it really is too late to be adding new characters. Right. Let's go to engineering. We've not released Ken and Gabby yet, so I think we do that in a minute. But look who's here!
Commander, welcome back to the Normandy. Or maybe you should be saying that to me.
Engineer Adams, what are you doing here?
I was put in charge of the drive core retrofits. My experience on the Normandy SR-1 made me an obvious choice.
So, what do you think of our SR-2?
She's incredible. If there's one nice thing I can say about Cerberus, it's that they know how to build a ship. And about that, Cerberus, I mean, I owe you an apology.
How so?
Back when you got this ship, Dr. Chakwas contacted me, asking me to help with your mission against the Collectors. I refused. I didn't have your back, and I'm sorry for that.
Why didn't you join us?
I saw what happened to you when the Normandy went down. I didn't trust that it was really you, and I certainly didn't trust Cerberus. Also, as an officer of the Alliance, I don't just leave my post.
How did you see me get exploded out of the cockpit of the freaking Normandy when you were in engineer? No, you weren't. You were in an escape pod. That's bullshit. Don't make up reasons.
Your Alliance first. That's the way it should be.
Thank you, Commander. Glad to be aboard.
Is your family okay?
My parents are serving on Viridian Zenith, an Alliance agricultural vessel. My sister is a navigator on the SSV Benjamin Davis. Happy to report that both vessels are safely under Hackett's command.
What do you think of Edie?
We had a good talk during the retrofit. A little strange at first, talking shop with an AI.
AI? I thought Edie posed as a VI to keep the likes of you from unplugging her.
Yeah, but I saw through her. Have you seen her hardware? Processing power is off the charts. And then there were the problems that kept fixing themselves. If I hadn't had her pegged, I would have sworn I was losing it.
You never expressed any skepticism, Lieutenant Adams.
I figured I'd better play it safe with the Cerberus AI, Edie. No offense.
None taken. As long as you keep your fingers out of my cognizance processors.
In the beginning, I tried disconnecting her from key processes without giving myself away. Easier said than done. But Joker seemed to trust her, and in time I saw her advantages. Even grew to like her.
Does the new Normandy stack up to the old SR-1?
Stack up. It blows the old ship away. The Tantalus drive core has been completely overhauled. The SR-2 might be nearly twice the size, but the new drive core is 3 times bigger. This ship can fly. That said, Cerberus isn't too high on safety. If pushed past her limits, this core would vent into engineering. Guess it gives my team incentive to keep her well balanced during a firefight.
Do your job or get vaporized.
Pretty much. I noticed you upgraded the kinetic barriers with cyclonic technology. Should help reduce the draw when under missile fire.
Hopefully that means fewer vaporized engineers.
The IES stealth system is significantly improved. It can handle a higher blue shift of our emissions.
And that means?
We should be able to drop out of FTL without triggering every sensor in range. Very handy for stealth reconnaissance. All in all, the Normandy is a marvel of engineering.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
And we've got to go and retrieve... Oh, I hope it's down here. It was on the PlayStation. Somewhere down here should be... There it is. Got it! First time. There's our hamster down in Jack's little den. Right. Can't go in there. I think that's where Javik goes. My brother, incidentally, can't help but call him Yavik. Oh, this is... Oh, I'd forgotten about you.
How's your new assignment working out, Allers?
Fairly normal, except for the unshackled AI, Matriarch Benezia's daughter, and the communicator that can reach Earth. The first two, I can deal with. That last one gets my attention.
So what are you asking for exactly?
Anything from Earth is the lead story right now. That's not opinion, it's fact.
Maybe I can pass on a few non-classified progress updates.
Seriously? You just doubled my ratings. I don't need FaceTime, just a data upload.
Tell people what's really happening on Earth. We need long recruiting lines on every planet after you air a story.
I can do this, Commander. Remind me to tell you about the time I made an Elcor cry.
Remind me to tell you about the time you couldn't act! Ugh. There's the infamous death wall. There's everyone who's died up to this point. The interesting thing is you do actually have to use the in-game map at some points, because people will move around. They don't just stay rooted to one spot like they used to on Mass Effects 1 and 2. They will move around the ship and do things. It's Thane's old room. And this is Kazumi's room, which is still a bar, and you... Oh, it won't let you get hammered. I think that's a tanning booth. Fortunately, Kazumi will not be joining us on the Normandy. There's the women's restroom. Samara's room. Liara's in the XO office, and this should, Dr. Chakra should be in here. Here she is.
Commander? Everything okay down here, Doctor?
The Alliance team cleaned up and restocked, but it's still my old medbay. Feels like home.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Let's waste no time. If I may, I'd like to examine you.
Nothing wrong with me, is there?
No, but we should keep an eye on all those cybernetic implants Cerberus grafted into you.
Expensive stuff bringing me back.
And worth every penny. Let's just make sure everything is okay.
I guess a checkup never hurts. Just no scalpel this time, Doc.
Alas, to my great disappointment, it is nothing invasive. I'm just going to run some diagnostics on your implants, and it'll take a few readings. Good. Your implants are showing little sign of rejection. Just keep up that positive outlook of yours, Commander, and your scars shouldn't return. That's it. You're the picture of health.
How's her inventory of meds?
The medbay was fully stocked before you left Earth. We should be good for a long time, even given the amount of fire you take each day.
Do you ever regret working for Cerberus?
We didn't work for them. We used them. If I were to feel anything, it would be guilt. We took their money, took their best people, took their best ship. We used them to defeat the Collectors, and now we are using their resources against them. So no, I don't regret it one bit.
You never mentioned any of your family.
None to speak of, really. I'm the last of a prestigious line of medical professionals. The Alliance is my spouse, and you're all my children. I'm blessed with many close friends. But with each Alliance vessel taken, I lose one or two. We need to end this war.
I'll see you around, Doctor.
Take care, Shepard.
We can reassign our power bonuses and reassign powers here. Not quite sure what that means. There's Edie's new body, but she's not got it yet. Spoilers. I do believe we should check out. Obviously, Garrus will be in the gun battery once we pick him up. Unfortunately, we won't be picking him up for a while. I don't know if there's anything in here. Or... Usually you get like a codex entry or something. No? Okay. I would have put a codex entry in there about calibrations. Okay, so that just leaves my cabin. Is that the XO? No, she's not got a tan. Let's go to my cabin. God, the load times are so quick on this one. And here's Shepard's cabin. Email. No missions. There's my hamster. Yeah. There's my toilet. There's my fish, but I haven't got any at the moment. It's my wine glasses I apparently leave around. It's my weapon mods just lying around in the open. And ammo, and that looks like LNX5 biotic implants. It's my sound system. There's my armor locker. Right, so casual. What clothes can we give Shepard? That's the one I like, but look what it does to her hands. For no reason, it makes them really grimy. Spacer. Well, we're going with that one. Armor set. Cerberus Ajax armor, apparently. Helmet, no helmet. N7. N7 breather helmet. Let's go with N7 breather helmet. Chest N7. Castle fabrication. We've got no extra armor yet. Ariake Technologies. That does melee. We don't care about melee. Material. Make it dull or super shiny. Pattern. And it's just the same two patterns again, stripes or camo. Now what colour armour are we going to have? I think maybe blue and red or yellow. Lights. Pick the colour of her lights. Pink. No. Thank you. That'll do for the moment. And I'll show you what I mean about the hands. If we can just look at those hands. That's the only costume that makes them do that. Those, I don't know why. Obviously Shepard would have quite manky hands, being a combat veteran. But seriously. Okay. We're going to make a save here, because we've got a lot of missions to do and things to do and stuff to do. Okay, basically, new galaxy map. Oh god, it's going to be awful. If there's a Reaper, that means there's Reapers in that system, you see? Let's go to a friendly system. And I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so search and rescue. I don't think there's anything in here anyway. Unfortunately, they still haven't, along with not giving us controller support, they still haven't done anything about the way this shit controls. So we are going to, yeah, we're gonna get. Fuck me, that's loud. We'll go elsewhere so we can show you. Asgard. Asgard's all the way over here. Jesus. We'll show you how planet scanning works now in Mass Effect 3. Okay, so you go into the system and you right click.
I found something.
And unfortunately now all the Reapers know we're here. This is going to be annoying. And we got, I don't even know what we got. We got some crap. I think it was a flotilla. Oh, this control's horrible with mouse. Okay. So planet scanning is slightly different now. We got some intel. We'll deal with that in a bit. Is that everything? No, let's see, there's still 40% more things. So we're going to have to maybe come out, save it. I think go and talk to Liara, because we didn't do that. And then we'll do some more. Because once that little red bar fills up, it goes BOOM! And the Reapers show up, and if they touch you, you die instantly. It's kind of naff.
Commander Shepard, it's a pleasure to see you again.
You're the drone from the Shadow Broker's ship.
Dr. T'Soni now refers to me as Glyph instead of Info Drone, 95% of the time. If you have a moment, I'd like to draw your attention to a terminal in her office. It analyzes information packages. If you find any useful data, I can research upgrades for you.
And what should I be looking for?
I'll inform you if you've found relevant data. When you do, return to this terminal for your choices. In the meantime, Dr. T'Soni would like to speak with you. Have a pleasant day.
So you go in here like this, and we got some intel.
It was less than ideal. At least the Council can't deny the Reapers exist. But I'm not sure how much comfort that is while they bicker over which portion of the galaxy to save.
Good for a discount.
I'm flattered, I think.
And we'll go for ammo. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen here.
This terminal contains non-essential correspondence from your allied forces. Dr. T'Soni has granted you access.
These TV screens follow whoever's moving around. And every time I ever played this on the PS3, during cutscenes, the programming for the heads of the characters, and programming for the follow routine for these TV screens broke. And well, we'll see if they do it. If it happens, it's really annoying. But every interaction with Liara, both characters will just be shaking their heads madly.
Looks like you brought more than just that drone from your ship.
A few things were necessary. I'd be a very silent shadow broker without data feeds.
So you have access to your resources?
What I can get. We'll need it to research this Prothean device. Until we understand precisely what it does, it's far too dangerous to use.
Did the Protheans actually complete this weapon?
You mean, will it work? They wouldn't have poured their last resources into this device if they thought otherwise. But we really need to find out just what kind of weapon they left us.
It'd be nice to know we're not kids playing around with a loaded gun.
Absolutely. The damage it could cause if it backfired is unthinkable. People were finally starting to listen before the Reapers came. If we'd had a little more time, maybe Earth wouldn't. I'm sorry. I understand if you don't want to talk about it.
The thought means a lot, Liara. Thanks.
You're welcome. And since I didn't mention it before, it's good to be back, Shepard.
It didn't break on this. Every time I've ever played it on the PlayStation 3, it broke and they'd be looking left and right and following these TV screens. But the TV screens don't seem to be following me. So,
Hello again, Shepard.
How much do you know about this Prothean artifact?
Very little. We're fortunate enough Data survived to piece together the blueprints. Decoding them will require as many specialists as we can find.
It's that high-tech?
I'd have killed for
J.J. Abrams, lens flare. Ah dear.
You brought your little helper with you?
Its name is Glyph. It helped sort through all the data that led me to the archive on Mars.
It was a pleasure to be of assistance, Doctor.
Glyph's interfaced with the data feeds. Its analytical software should come in handy.
What's been happening with you as the broker?
Oh, they're doing it now.
It's been exciting. The old broker's ship. Impressive, but it was never meant to be space-worthy. Which meant the elusive man eventually tracked me down on Hagalaz.
What happened?
I mentioned it and now it's happened.
Coming.
Jesus.
Theron and I loaded as much of the ship's specialized hardware onto a shuttle as we could. We got away from Cerberus' ships after arranging an appropriate distraction.
What kind of distraction?
Sending the broker's ship exploding into a Cerberus cruiser. I don't think the elusive man expected me to give up my resources in such a spectacular fashion.
Can you still operate as the broker without the ship?
Well, I couldn't let the elusive man have it. I saved what was crucial. My network of agents is intact, although the Reapers have taken a toll on their numbers. It's taking a while to re-establish contact.
So where is Theron if you two escaped?
He convinced me he was recovered enough to work, and I do need more agents.
Agent Farron didn't report any injuries during his last call to you, Doctor.
True. Given what he survived, I should probably worry less.
And the back of their uniforms glitched.
What have you been up to since we last saw each other?
Since you helped me defeat the Shadow Broker, I started looking for defenses against the Reapers. The Protheans were the only ones with substantial information on them. The older civilizations barely had records. I knew the elusive man was hunting for the same thing when our agents began crossing paths.
Like on Mars.
I thought I'd covered my tracks, but he had surveillance there all along.
We'll talk later, Liara.
Of course.
Prepare for that to happen for every single interaction. That's why I set it up and didn't, because obviously I think I said in my ME2 playthrough, I usually romance Liara. I'm not doing it because every single interaction they'll be looking off screen or turning their heads randomly.
Enjoy your day.
And it fucking bugs me so much. It's not even funny. Okay, I think we've done everything now. So, Edie's still waiting to wake up. Okay, so that was our interlude. Oh, that was it. I was going to save it, wasn't I? I was going to save it like this. This is how you do it cheaply. And then just fly around pinging. Shit.
Evasion successful.
And I got an achievement. For running away from Reapers. That's what happens when Reapers are in the galaxy map. Fucking sucks. unless you happen to know where everything is. By doing this. Run away!
Evasion successful.
I still didn't get everything. Jesus! Now you can see why this is actually less fun than planet scanning. There's still something in there.
Reapers eluded.
There it is. Whoa!
Faster than light jump successful.
And we got some fuel for our trouble.
Evasion successful.
And that system's going to be on high alert now. Which sucks donkey balls. And is much less fun than planet scanning. Especially because the way this shit controls is not cool. Right. So join me next time when we learn if I can actually do this on Insane or not. Cheers, guys.